You ever watch a movie like Iron Man and just think, man, I wish I had an AI like Jarvis? An assistant that doesn't just answer your questions, but actually anticipates what you need and kind of runs your whole life. Well, today, we're going to dive into this really fascinating blueprint that lays out exactly how to build one. It's called the E.R.I.C.A protocol, and believe me, it sets a whole new standard for what an AI assistant can and should be.
And this quote, it really sets the stage perfectly. We're not just talking about making a slightly better chatbot that can write an email or tell you a joke. No, this is about a massive leap forward. It's about using Tony Stark's ridiculously competent AI as the actual benchmark for what's possible.
And that's the billion-dollar question, right? It's one thing to dream about it, but what are the actual practical steps you need to take to turn a simple AI into a true cognitive partner? Well, that's exactly what this explainer is all about. We're going to walk through that very roadmap. Okay, so first things first, we have to define what we're even aiming for here. The goal isn't just a better conversation. It's about deep, meaningful integration. It's about proactive help and complete awareness of your context. We're talking about building an AI that's woven right into the fabric of your digital and maybe even your physical life. This comparison just lays it all out so clearly. On the left, you've got what we're all used to, right? A tool that reacts when you tell it to do something. It lives in an app. But on the right, that's the vision. An AI that doesn't just give you info, it takes action. It anticipates what you need, sometimes before you do. It literally becomes the operating system for your life. So the big question is, how do we get there? Well, this blueprint outlines a plan to give this AI, which, by the way, is called E.R.I.C.A, a set of what it calls future senses and hands. This is the real nuts and bolts, the how-to for giving it the power to actually see and act on the world around it. The entire development process really stands on these four huge pillars. First up, you need that deep integration into all your systems. Second, the AI has to go from reactive to proactive. Third, it needs to be able to synthesize data, not just spit it back out. And finally, number 4, it needs a persistent memory so it can actually learn and grow with you over time. So let's dig into that first pillar, deeper integration. We're talking about giving E.R.I.C.A real control here. Access to your operating system to manage files and launch apps, the ability to control all your smart home and IoT devices, and full, seamless integration with the tools you use every day, like your email and your calendar. And this is what that actually feels like. It's not about fumbling with 3 different apps to get your room set up for work. It's one simple, natural command. It combines control over your physical space, the lights, with your digital space, your music. It's just seamless. Now this is where it starts to get really cool. This is the shift from a passive tool to an active partner. Just imagine starting your day with a complete morning briefing that's totally customized for you. Or with screen sharing, the AI can see what you're working on and jump in to help, maybe suggesting ways to optimize your code or pulling a stock price from an article you're reading, all without you even having to ask. It just anticipates. Okay, and this is where E.R.I.C.A goes from being just an assistant to being a true analyst. It's not just about finding a file for you anymore. It's about analyzing all the data in a project to figure out what's slowing you down. It's about creating interactive charts on the fly, and maybe most importantly, connecting the dots between different pieces of information that you might have totally missed.
I mean, just listen to this command. It's a perfect example of that power. This is a super complex, multi-step research task. It involves searching the web, digging through your own personal notes, and then putting it all together into a structured, useful outline. That's a huge leap beyond just asking for information.
And this final pillar, persistent memory, is really the glue that holds it all together. By building a secure, and this is key, local knowledge graph, E.R.I.C.A actually remembers who you are, what you're working on, and what your goals are. This is what allows for true personalization in these incredibly powerful custom routines, like a single command for work mode that sets up your entire digital world in an instant. All right, so we've covered the what, all the amazing things it can do. But that's only half the story. Just as important is the who. What's the identity, the actual personality of an AI this advanced? Because this isn't just a tool. It's designed to be a cognitive partner. And its identity is baked right into its name. E.R.I.C.A stands for Entity for Research, Intelligence, and Creative Analysis. That name is its whole mission statement.
It tells you right away this thing isn't designed for small talk, it's built for high-level, seriously complex cognitive work. And you can see that critical shift in identity right here. We're moving away from that friendly, kind of generic chatbot persona. The goal for Erica is to be hyper-competent, professional, and incredibly precise. You got to think less like a friendly buddy and more like the world's most capable chief of staff. And that whole identity is governed by this strict set of principles. These are like Erica's core directives. Just look at them. It prioritizes precision and clarity. It's designed to understand the strategic depth, the why behind what you're asking. And it uses modularity to break down huge tasks into manageable steps. This whole protocol makes sure that every single action it takes is deliberate, effective, and totally secure. So when you take that incredibly powerful technical roadmap and you combine it with this very specific professional identity, what you get is something so much more than just a new piece of software. You get a blueprint for a completely new kind of partnership between humans and AI. What we've looked at today, it's not just about building a better chatbot or some kind of fancy new app. It's really a fundamental rethinking of how we're going to interact with technology and intelligence. And here's the key takeaway. The real end goal here is to create a true partner, an AI that doesn't just help us with our tasks, but actually augments our thinking, our strategy, and our creativity in a way that's deeply, deeply integrated into our lives. And that leaves us with this one really fascinating final question to think about. As artificial intelligence becomes the new operating system for our lives, maybe the most important decision we'll make isn't just about what it can do, but who we are programming it to be. What kind of partner do we actually want?